Sorry about that, everybody. Took me a while to find the right button. So, good morning. A few facts. This morning I'm going to do about computers. The first computer weighed 27 tons and took up 1,800 square feet. The first mouse was invented in 1964 by Doug Engelbart, and it was made of wood. The IBM 5120 from the early 1980s was the heaviest desktop computer ever made. It weighed an impressive 105 pounds, but that does not include the 130 pounds external floppy drive. Glad they don't weigh that now. There are more than 5,000 new viruses released every month. Approximately 70% of virus writers work for organised crime syndicates. 80% of emails sent a day are spam. HP, Microsoft and Apple were all started in a garage. This I find really interesting. The house where Bill Gates lives was designed on a Macintosh computer. It's a little bit of a kick in the teeth for him, isn't it? And the average person blinks 20 times a minute and only 7 when they're looking at a computer screen. Well, that's why you need to take regular breaks, because it's bad for your eyes. So that's my facts for this month. But I would like to say a massive well done to Sarah and Tom, who both completed the New York Marathon in impressive times of 6 hours 29 minutes for Sarah and 4 hours 18 minutes for Tom. And if you'd like to donate, the Just Giving pages, I'm sorry, Sam, I couldn't find it. Say that again, Sam.
I'm just putting it on the chat now, the link.
Yeah, put it on the chat and then I'll read it out.
So
I'll come back to that. So moving swiftly on, we're going to welcome Miranda Harding from the Growth Associate at Capital on Tap. This morning, Miranda is going to discuss the benefits of Capital on Tap for small business owners and how getting a card works and the benefits of IABs referring their clients. And hopefully the members will gain a better understanding of the benefits of a business credit card and how Capital on Tap can make running their business easier. Now, I've seen you, Miranda, and then I've lost you again.
Hi, I'm here. Hopefully it pans back to me. Hi.
Yes.
Great. Well, it's great to meet everybody. Yeah, I'm Miranda and I work in the growth team here at Capital on Tap. And I'm just really excited just to chat to you a little bit more about our product, and hopefully you guys can see the value in it and also see the value in it for your own clients. Would it be possible for me to share my screen to present this?
Yes, you should be able to share it now.
Perfect.
Just try it.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Let me know if you guys can see that.
Yep, I can see it. It's
Perfect.
Can see all of it though. Can see the workings at the side.
Great. Okay, let me just start presenting. For those classic things that I now can't present. Here we go.
It's all right. We can see you frantically trying to do it. I'd love to help, but I've no idea.
It's changed around. Oh, here we go. There we go. That's better. Right. Okay, here we go. So any questions you have, more than welcome just to pop them in the chat whilst it's happening, but also very happy to take some questions at the end. And hopefully this should last around 10 minutes, might be a bit shorter. I do tend to talk pretty quickly. So just to give you a little bit about Capital on Tap. So we are one of the UK's leading business credit cards, but we like to see ourselves as much more than a credit card. We have purpose-built our product to be designed for small business owners. So we want to make it a lot easier for SMEs across the UK to access their working capital with the ability to issue cards to other directors and also their employees. The ability to integrate with accounting software, that's where you guys come in, and also earn best-in-class rewards. And kind of our catchphrase and what we really like to focus on is that we want to make running a business easier for SMEs everywhere. So just to kind of give you a bit of an idea of where we are as a business. So we've served around 200,000 businesses across the UK. We're rated excellent on Trustpilot. I think we have a score of 4.7 stars, which is great. We're very proud of that. We've also provided over £8 billion worth of funding to businesses across the UK. Our customer service is one of the best in the UK. We pick up the phone straight away and we're available 24/7. So any questions that you might have, you can get an answer almost immediately. We're also pretty proud to say that we've won quite a few awards in the 10 years that we've been going for, including fastest growing European companies from the Financial Times, lender innovation from Finder, and also we're in the top 100 2022 at the Sunday Times. So we've got quite a few accolades that we're very happy to shout about. So I just want to talk very briefly about the benefits of a Capital on Tap business card, mostly to see how it would benefit yourselves if you were to get a business credit card for your business, but also how you could hopefully see the benefit as well for the customers and the clients that you work with who are working in the SME space. So to kind of give you like the basics of it, we offer up to 42 days interest-free on card spending. As I've mentioned before, we have 24/7 UK-based customer service, which is based in our Cardiff office. We don't charge any ATM fees and we have no foreign exchange fees as well, which is great if you're going abroad. And our rates start as low as 15.5% APR, which is variable. And there's a picture of our lovely Capital on Tap card, which you'll get in the post. Some kind of the core benefits and rewards. Firstly, it's incredibly easy to get funding. Unlike other large loan providers, you can apply on board and you can access your funds in 10 minutes. I'll chat a little bit about the end about exactly how you can apply and how easy it is, but it's incredibly easy and we can offer funding within the same day if you're looking for it. Our kind of core and most popular benefit and reward is that we offer 1% cash back on all card spend. So, I mean, it's exactly what it says on the tin. You spend £100,000 and you will get £1,000 free cash back. And what you can do, this will be applied as points on your account and you have multiple different options about what you can do with this. So you can transfer it straight to your account, so you have that as cash back. You can have it and get rewards and benefits from a range of different partners that we work with discounts, and you can also redeem for Avios as well if you're on our business rewards program, which I'll chat a little bit later about. And then limits, we offer £250,000, so that's pretty substantial. So our product is really useful if you're looking for a way to manage your cash flow, but it's also great and customers love us just for everyday card spend, so you can access that 1% cash back and get all that money back just with your everyday card spend rather than using it on a direct debit. And then a little bit more about how our product's really built for the SME market. So we have a feature called People Management. So it is possible to issue cards and also assign roles to certain employees. For example, if you want the accounts person in your business to just manage the accounting side and the accounting integration, you can just give them access to that side of the portal. And if the director wants to be the one in charge of issuing the cards and setting spend limits, they can be in charge of that side of the portal as well. And it's also incredibly easy to access unlimited and also free employee cards. So it's and you can also set spend controls on all of that. So if, for example, if you wanted the marketing department to only spend £15,000 a month on Facebook spend, you can set that and they can't go over that limit, which is really helpful and it's one of our most popular features. In terms of our reward scheme, as I've already mentioned before, you can redeem your points against your balance for cash and also for discounted gift cards. You can see on the left-hand side here just a kind of taste of the different discounts and partners that we work with. And the most popular one with our business rewards customers is Avios. You know, it's just really helpful. I was talking to a customer the other day who said they've spent all their money on their Capital on Tap credit card and they've taken their family on holiday with their Avios redemption. So it's just, we're really looking to reward business owners for everyday spend. And then finally, a point which I think would be really relevant to you guys is that we also offer accounting integrations. So I think we offer at the moment accounting integrations with Xero, Free Agent, FreshBooks, and we're looking at integrating QuickBooks very much in the near future. So it's really easy to categorize spend for streamlined accounting. So the final portion is just a little bit about how easy it is to get set up with a Capital on Tap business credit card. So it takes 10 minutes and that's not a lie, it's very, very easy. The information that you'll need is both business and personal details. So for example, you'll need details like your monthly turnover, your business address, but also your current home address. you'll be provided with an approval amount straight away and also a decline reason straight away. So this will include your monthly interest rate for both cash and card spend, and also your monthly repayment information. We also ask that you choose how you want to repay straight away. So this is something that happens at the beginning of the application process. So you can choose to pay off everything every month, or you can choose to pay off like a select amount. There's lots of different options. You'll also need to set up a direct debit. So you'll have to provide your business bank account details and how you'd like to pay. And then this is the more exciting bit where you get to choose your reward program. We have two different options in terms of reward programs. We have free rewards, which, as it says on the tin, it is completely free. That is £0 a year. And you get access to all of our standard product features, including access to all of those discounted rewards and gift cards, and also the 1% cashback. Or you can opt in for business rewards, and that is £99 a year. The only difference with business rewards is that you can redeem for Avios, which you can't with free rewards. And you also get 10,000 bonus points when you spend £5,000 in the first 3 months. Business rewards is really popular for our customers who are traveling a lot and they see a lot of value in it. And then finally, yeah, your account is ready and you can spend straight away. We have the ability to integrate with a virtual card. So if you want to use Apple Pay or Google Pay, you can do that whilst you're waiting for your physical Capital on Tap card to come in the post. And that's everything I've got for you guys. I'm really excited to hear about any questions you might have. But yeah, let me know.
Derek says, is this funding, oh, my chat disappeared. Is this funding only for small businesses? Do you have to be limited, or is it sole trader as well?
It's just limited companies. We don't
Just
offer
limited
partnerships
companies.
or sole traders.
Right, okay. That's all I've got in the chat. And that was the only question I had as well, Miranda. So, anybody else? No?
It's good to see.
Kerry's seen more and more clients using this already. Alina is going to be credit check for director. Yeah. Is it going to be a credit check for the director and the limited company, or just the limited company?
Yeah, so we conduct credit checks both on a personal and business file. So it'll be a blended between both.
Right. And Mohammed raised his hand. Mohammed, you something to add?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I've found, Miranda, I mean, I actually do hold a Capital One card, but to be honest, I've got one question for the card, because all my banks are on a live feed with Sage. Does Capital One Tap actually offer the same live feed onto the software as well, so I can be able to, in essence, reconcile my account better because I'm struggling to do it?
Yes, we offer reconciliation, so that accounting integrations allowed you to pull everything from Sage into your Capital on Tap account and Capital on Tap account into everything on Sage. Does that I hope that answers your question.
Sort of. I mean, I think it's a more case of I need to speak to somebody who's going to be able to let me know and so like talk me through it like a bit of an idiot guiding manner of speaking. But yeah, that's kind of like what I need really.
Well, that's no problem. I mean, I'm very happy to ask our product team about like a step-by-step, and I can send you an email at the end of the call if that's easier for you.
Yes, please, if you could.
Perfect.
Excellent. Do you want to direct message Miranda your email address then, Mohammed? Thank you. Cheryl says, what criteria is required to be accepted?
So we look for as like a minimum turnover of £24,000 a year. We also look that the company has been trading for at least 12 months. In terms of the credits, we basically look for good credit score across personal and business. And as long as we have no active CCJs, you should be okay. And I'm trying to think of the last one. And then obviously, as we've already spoken about, we only accept limited companies and not sole traders or partnerships.
Yeah. Kerry says, I've also seen clients take on cash advance from Capital on Tap rather than just card spending. And then I have a quick question for you, Miranda. If I put you forward to some of my clients and they get a card with you, do I get anything for that?
Yes, so we have our standard referral fee, which is £75 both for yourself and for the person that you are referring, and that will come across and be paid to you both on their first transaction. But we also have a specialised accounting referral scheme, which is a boosted rate of £150 for both yourself and for your client.
Right, lovely. I shall bear that in mind. I like a little bit of money just for saying, please use these.
Yeah, exactly. And if you'd like to be part of the accountant referral scheme, just drop me an email and I can send you some marketing tools as well. So it's easier for you to chat to your clients about the Capital on Tap card, and also so I can keep on track of your applications and make sure that £150 is applied correctly.
Will do. I shall do that. Thank you very much, Miranda. Right then, I'm going to move on now because I think that's everything. What is your email address, please, Miranda?
Yes, great. I'll put this on the chat now.
Yeah. You can read it out if you want. It saves me reading it out because I have to read out whatever's in the chat.
Sure. So it's miranda.harding@capitalontap.com. I put it in the chat anyway, but drop me an email.
People can click on it then. But thank you for reading that out.
Right. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you, Miranda. Good luck.
Thank you.
Before we move on to Kerry, the Just Giving page for Sarah and Tom, as you know, they've both done the New York Marathon, is justgiving.com/crowdfunding/IAB-charity. And then I'm going to swiftly move on to Kerry. Where are you, Kerry?
Hello.
Hello, you all right?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Lovely little office. Very swift.
IAB Cube.
Yeah. I love the plant.
I'm going to need to share my screen if I've got that ability to.
Yep, you should be fine to share your screen.
Yeah. So today
while you're doing that, I'm just going to answer a chat because somebody in the chat didn't get Miranda's email address, but Miranda's going to put it in anyway, I think. Yeah. When she's put it in, I'll read it back out again. Right, sorry, Kerry.
It's okay.
I'm back to you.
Usually I just come on and have a chat with you about the key updates from HMRC. However, this time I've got a presentation to share with you. Now, this was presented by Steve Shorrock. He's the Chief Data Office from HMRC, and we've been given permission to share on their behalf. And this is all about getting new starter information and helping employers get it right first time. And hopefully you'll find this as useful as I did seeing it. So why is data quality important? Well, HMRC receives payroll information from employers and matches it to the information held for individuals. But the data items that contribute most to the data quality errors are national insurance numbers, the full names, and dates of birth. Now, data quality is important because poor data generates avoidable work for HMRC, employers, and pension administration. And of course, the detection and then resolution of the data quality issues costs time and money, so therefore they're not realising its true value. So HMRC's matching rules for payroll data is as follows. So the first thing that they try to match is the national insurance number, because everyone that's issued a national insurance number, that doesn't change for their entire lifetime. Whereas, of course, their name and gender may, address, postcode may. So the first rule is, can they match to the national insurance number? If not, they will then move on to name, these are the rules. So they'll do national insurance number, and then as long as the name, the gender, date of birth, address, postcode to make sure they've got a match. With the name, they would start with the surname, then the first forename, and then the second forename to try to get the match. Then the gender, date of birth, then address and postcode. Now, from PAYE employer returns received in the last tax year, 22 to 23, there was 2,000 new starter forms or new starter set up in payroll software with the national insurance number AB123456. There was also over 1,000 returns with national insurance number AA111111. They also had 507 new payroll employees called AN Other, 128 as Mr, Mrs or Ms Dummy, 572 surnames ranging from X to XXXXXXX, and 824 surnames of unknown, not known, or known. So of course, this is going to cause a few problems.
You could be doing my facts this morning.
You can use this in the future, Caroline.
I can. I like photograph my screen.
This one's most impressive. There's 6,946 individuals that are aged under the age of 1, but they're in employment and have a pension.
Wow.
And 2,820 individuals aged over 100 also in employment and with a pension.
I love it.
So, data quality is really important. Now, with the national insurance number, what matters is that it's correct and properly formatted for the individual in question, but it's not mandatory to be able to set them up on payroll if they don't have a national insurance number. So it's best to leave blank if you don't have it. Don't use a default, Nino. Always use the national insurance number for the individual in question, and if possible, validate this with official documentations, HMRC or DWP documentation. I know we've mentioned in a previous call that now you can get your national insurance number through your personal gateway. So if you create your own personal tax account, you can download a letter with your national insurance number, but you can also have it on your wallet online, so on an app. Because they don't issue the lovely national insurance cards anymore. So if possible, try to validate it. With the date of birth, make sure it's correct and properly formatted. I think one of the problems they were saying was quite often the start date of employment is being put in the date of birth field, hence why they've got so many under 1-year-olds in employment. Enter the full date of birth, so day, month, year. Don't make one up, and do not enter a default date of birth.
No, everybody should know the date of birth, shouldn't they? Can I just say, Sean's put in the chat, I wonder if these dummy names and national insurance numbers are common amongst supervised practices or just unsupervised ones, or even employers doing it themselves.
And that's it, anyone, like employers can set payroll up themselves, or it can be professionals. So this is just the data, but they can't confirm what source this data, it's just what's come through.
From, yeah.
With the name, and I know we've had this before, sometimes it's difficult to actually know whether the forename or the surname, which way round they may be, so check. So enter the forename and surname in separate fields and check the correct order of names. Enter double-barreled names into one field, and always validate spelling with an official document, such as a driver's license, passport, etc., and don't use initials.
I find that I now need to check gender as well.
Yeah.
There's some
now,
names.
The problems that by having this wrong at the outset means that then for employers and pension providers, there's a lot more contact from the employees and the pensioners. There's increased contact from HMRC, and there's higher volumes of tax code update rejections. Employees and pensioners are then taxed incorrectly during the year. There may be an overpayment or an underpayment of tax, which also then has an impact on entitlement to universal credits. And there's duplicate records for employees or pensioners, so an increase in volume of work to sort out issues. Now, there is times when potentially there isn't a national insurance number. So, temporary reference numbers, or TRNs, that you may see it referred to about, is when HMRC is unable to match individual submissions to a national insurance number. Now, the total number of temporary reference numbers matched to RTI submissions, 700,000. So that's where HMRC has not been able to match the TRNs for a national insurance number. So that's a lot. The total number of employers and pension providers have sent a submission that is linked to a temporary reference number. So there's genuine ones, which are employees under the age of 16, and there's 61,000 of those. The number of TRNs over 16 years old was 639,000, so they're non-genuine TRNs. The only exceptions are when individuals are arriving in the UK for the first time. This is just a little bit of facts about new starter information and the statements of when they joined. So in the 21 to 22 and the 22 to 23, you can see how many new starters were created and submitted through RTI. So there was actually less in the last tax year than the 22 tax year. And actually, the percentage of A, B and C, or whether their pension, is very consistent. So you've got 24.5% of statement A, so that's that they've not worked in that tax year. This is their first job in that tax year, compared to 24.8% in the 22 to 23. Statement B is 45.3% against 44.5%, and that is that they've ticked that this is their only job, so they've probably worked or received some kind of taxable benefit already in that tax year. And then statement C is where this is declared as a second income, so they've already got employment and income from another source, so therefore this is their second job. And again, we're looking at 22.1% in 21 to 22 and 22.7% in the 22 to 23. Now, this statement has a real bearing as to what tax code is applied at the start. So it's really important to know whether A, B or C is correct. Now, the areas that HMRC are looking into is if you've got a new starter with statement C, so a second job, and a 0T tax code, which will be if you have no idea what their situation is. So you've got no starter declaration or no P45 or no, we just assume it's a second income. Now there was 1,726,409 of new starters for statement C, and that leads to the individuals to say that wasn't a second job. They've been taxed at say 40% on all that income, and Universal Credit might say, hang on, you've got a second job, because of secondary employment has been created. Also, new starters receiving nil pay. So if someone's been set up as a new starter too early, so therefore they've been processed as an employment, but then no pay in that month, because that can also cause problems and more conversations with HMRC and problems with Universal Credit. Now, HMRC are continuing to review processes internally, and there's going to be a lot more education and communications around this. Now, I've got a resource pack which I'm going to put in the chat and send round, which has been produced by HMRC for this, everything I've said and how to get it right. So we'll share that with you. But that's from me. Hope that's been really helpful.
It's been brilliant. Thank you. A couple of things in the chat. Last time my national insurance number was sent to me by the HMRC, my surname was misspelt. Oh, Ian. My bank keeps changing my name. They keep adding an E on the end. Anyway, moving on. Lindsay, how long is the field for names? I'm sure I've not been able to fit the entire name in a surname field. I think that depends on which software you're using, doesn't it, Kerry?
Yeah, very much. I've not had that yet, I have to say. But I suppose if there's ever a question, it's making sure that you've got what you can, so that the national insurance number, the date of birth is correct, everything else is correct, and that you've put what you can in, I suppose.
Yeah. Get it right first time, and then it saves HMRC sending out messages on you.
Absolutely.
Gateway, doesn't it?
Yeah. So that's the presentation part. I have also got another small update with HMRC, if I've got time to share that.
Yes, certainly. Share away. We've plenty of time this morning.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so I also have just moving on from I spoke to you about the HMRC forum and the agent forum a couple of coffee mornings ago. But there's another part of Gov UK that I've been asked to share with you all about feedback to Government UK website, and how if there's a problem on a page that you're looking at and you actually want to feed that back or get some kind of update. So again, I'm just going to share my screen and I'm going to take you to Gov UK, hopefully, if this works. Can you see the Government UK page?
Yes.
Okay. So, Gov UK, and you want to find out, let's just say that on food, for instance, as that seems to be quite a common one for me. So, say I'm having a look at VAT rates on the different goods and services, and I'm looking at it and there's something that's just not quite right on the website, or there's something that I just want them to look at more specifically. What you can do, so firstly, every single page of Government UK has a little, is this page useful? And not many people put yes or no. They're not getting a lot of yeses or no's, because I think we find the information that we need and then we move on. So they have said, can we start using the yes and no boxes, just so they can get an idea of whether the page is actually useful or not. But say, for instance, you've got something to say about it rather than just the yes or no. At the very bottom of every government page, you've got this contact box. And if you click on the contact, scroll down, you've then got this lovely use the gov.uk form to send your questions or comments about the website. And if you click on that, you can either say that you've got a problem with the whole site, or it will take you to the page that you were on specifically. And then you can put in a little bit about what are the details about what the problem is. But if you want to reply, you can also put your name and email address, and the owner of that page will come back to you. Now, that might not be instantly, but you will get a response. So there we go.
That's clever, isn't it, for HMRC? Will we get a response this year? Or?
It does say as well, don't use specifics. This is it's for asking a question, report a problem, or suggest an improvement, but they won't be replying to you with advice. You would need to go to one of the contacts for the usual measures for that.
Are they fully staffed again yet, Kerry? Do you know?
From the key helplines, the self-assessment helpline is obviously back up and running. So hopefully, when we spoke last time, there was a lot of influx where it had been closed for so long. So I don't know whether, I haven't had to ring them yet. So I don't know whether any of the other members have got any feedback on call wait times.
I avoid phoning them at all costs, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we had a message last week saying it's 100 days to go now, I think, for self-assessment deadline. So.
Well, is that all it is?
Yeah. But really, yeah, there's not any key sort of main messages that have come out this week that I have been prepped on or understand. So that's really from me. So any more questions on that then? Presentations have gone quite quick this morning.
Yeah, we're flying through it. 2 staff called the other day and wait time was over an hour for tax code queries, said Diane. Thank you, Diane, for that.
With tax code queries, again, we really need to direct everyone to the personal, their own personal gateway. I think this is the measure that's coming out of HMRC at the moment, is directing people to online to be able to have a look at tax codes specifically. So if all your clients create a personal tax account, from that they can see their national insurance record, they can see their tax codes and any triggers to changes of tax codes, and they can actually update HMRC to a certain extent through that personal tax account. So that's a real key thing now. Last week they were doing a campaign about using this kind of all the online services that you can do now, like claiming marriage allowance online, viewing child benefit online, and yeah, all the taxation side of things.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hello, I'm here.
Oh,
Sorry.
Sarah's back from New York.
I am back. Yeah,
Good morning.
exactly.
How are the legs?
How are the legs? Better now. Better now. That was a long way and very hilly in New York.
Was it?
Yeah. So surprisingly hilly. Yeah, for those who don't know, Tom and I have just been to New York. We just ran the New York Marathon for our charities that we support this year.
Yep. We did say at the beginning, Sarah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and we've also shared your Just Giving page as well.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
But
you.
yeah, well done.
So,
I'm just going to say thank you, Kerry. That was very good. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Have you anything to say, Sarah? Because I was going to jump to Sue J next.
okay, so well, only just carrying on the HMRC theme there just for a moment. Thank you, Kerry. That was great. The only other thing we are running in the background, HMRC have asked us to still contribute to the consultation that they have going at the moment, which is MTD around ITSA. So I know several of the ambassadors here will be representing us in those forums and those talks later on in the month. So it's just nice to be at the table, if you like. And yeah, another shout out to become an ambassador so your voice can be heard. That would be great. So
Exactly. Just to mention as well briefly, there's some work being done as well for any of you that have applied to HMRC to be an agent and get your agent codes to act for your clients. There's some work with HMRC now, speaking to the IAB and the other professional bodies to make sure that they can check your supervision so that you can get your agent code. So if anyone's waiting for that, I know work is being done in that field at the moment with HMRC.
Excellent.
Okay. Thank you. Back to you, Caroline.
Okay, right. Well, I'm going to go to Sue J now. Because I think he's got something exciting to tell us about next month's coffee morning.
Yes, so next month we're actually running a quiz for you all. We're super duper excited, and just a little bit of information around it. So we're going to give away 3 prizes. So the first prize is a lovely Christmas hamper that we're going to get organized. The second prize is a bottle of champagne. Obviously, if you don't drink champagne, we can get something else sent out, so don't worry. And the third one will be a box of chocolates. And again, if you're vegan, we can get something else sent out as well for you. So please don't worry. But I just want you guys to start looking at the past magazines, newsletters, things that we're posting on Facebook, on the website, just to get an idea, like some information, because the questions will be based on past newsletters and magazines and what we've posted.
Is this like a test to see if we read them?
Pretty much, yes. That's why I'm doing it.
I'm glad I'm the host and don't have to answer any questions. I was going to step back. And then I'm thinking, no, I'm not sure about this now.
Well, you're going to have to go back and read through all of them, unfortunately. You guys are all going to have to be like IAB geniuses by the end of it. So
all content.
Could we postpone it to after the self-assessment deadline and do it in February?
Absolutely not. So bedtime reading, like when you're taking a bit of downtime, have a glance at the magazine. We want you guys to be as excited as we are, because yeah, we think it's going to be lots of fun. Just a quickie though, what I'm going to do is pop in the chat box the link to the quiz platform that I'm going to be using. It's called Kahoot. I don't know if anyone's used it before.
Can you read that out as you put it in? Send me reading it out, please.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So it's just, if you just go into Google and type Kahoot, or it's just Kahoot, so KAHOOT.com. It will take you to the Kahoot website where you can also download the app. So you can go directly onto the website and just press play. And what happens, let me share my screen really quickly if that's all right. So you can just, if you're on the website, you can just press play and then enter the pin that's generated. Alternatively, if you do want to download the app, you can download the app from the App Store, which is just a bit easier to play on, to be honest, because you can like select multiple choices and there's like true and false questions and things. So totally up to you guys. But yeah, that's
so do we log into the coffee morning as normal?
You do, yes, and then we can just start the quiz after.
And then have the Kahoot.
Yeah, so you can have it on your second screen or you can have it on your mobile phone, however you want to do it. It's totally up to you guys.
Right, brilliant. And just on that, I'm just going to say, Kerry has put the PDF employee information pack in the chat. And if you log on it, if you click on it, it goes straight to download. So thank you, Kerry, that was very swift. So let's click on Kahoot. Oh yeah, pops up straight away. That works as well.
I'll also put some details in the newsletter, Caroline, that will go out obviously at the end of the month, just to remind everybody about the Christmas quiz.
And everybody will read that newsletter.
Everybody read the newsletter. We expect to see much more engagement on the newsletter, everybody. But
be a quiz on it.
Christmas jumpers and any other Christmas regalia on the call will be welcomed. How festive can we all go? CJ, I think, has got some mega outfit planned, haven't you, CJ? Just to tee you up there. No pressure.
I'm going to try.
Are you coming as Santa? Have I just ruined it?
I'm going to try and find a top hat, actually, because I'm going to read out the questions for the quiz.
Right.
More dignified as a Christmas games master.
Right. So he needs a top hat covered in tinsel.
I'll try and find a monocle if I can find one.
A monocle as well.
Oh,
We're looking forward to it. We think it'll be fun.
Yeah. It should be good. It sounds like a good morning.
excellent. Thanks for that, Susan. Caroline, I think it'd probably be quite good if I just gave a bit of an update, because I'm sure many people have seen that Janet is visiting many countries at the minute, and with her international hat on. I was lucky enough to join her for 5 days while she was visiting Beijing. We have a really active centre out there. So from a business development perspective, it was really, really interesting to obviously go and experience how they market qualifications, also see the type of people that take our qualifications there as well. So it's a really, really kind of good international trip that Janet is still on. Actually, I think she's got another week left, hasn't she? She's gone for ages, but it is it's a great experience, but also extremely tiring, but really great to get the IAB brand out there, and everyone is really excited to be part of IAB globally. So it's just to let you all know that she's out there banging the drum.
It's going to be really cold as well when she gets home.
Yeah, and IAB is strong in lots of other markets.
I've just spoken to this morning. She's in KL now. So
is she?
Warm.
Yeah, it's like following Santa, you know, on the map where she is. So yeah, no, incredibly. Yeah, it's hard work, but yeah, she's really promoting IAB and LCCI as well, the London Chamber of Commerce and Industry, because obviously we've now taken over their qualifications too. So that's quite big in Southeast Asia. So yeah, growing and expanding. So there'll be more qualifications on offer in the UK as well.
Yeah, we've got a question in the chat actually. Should I read? Sorry, Caroline, I'm trying to.
Yeah, no, you are right. I'm just trying to get up to date with the chat.
So someone's asked whether the qualifications are same or different for other countries, and are the exams different to reflect different tax? Some are the same and some are different, and yes, they are changed to reflect different countries in terms of tax, but some are the same. So LCCI, for example, is already kind of very well established in, say, the Asian market, and that is primarily the same. And then some of our higher level qualifications, so it's quite interesting in different markets. So for example, in China, the type of people that take our qualifications are already kind of quite experienced and already, you know, established in their professional career, so they tend to take quite higher level qualifications. But there's a variety, and as Sarah said, there's plenty more qualifications that are going to be coming out over the course of next year for the UK market too, which will be obviously marketing and letting you all know of as and when they are ready to be looked at.
Thank you. Can I just say, a few people in the chat seem to have had problems logging on this morning, and I'm not really sure why.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I can say as soon as I see someone waiting, I do let you in. So yeah, if there's been a delay, my fire alarm keeps going off. If there's been a delay, I do apologise for that. I don't know what they're doing to that fire alarm. Sorry about that, people. So yeah, I do apologise if you've been waiting. Yeah, sorry about that. Has anybody got anything else? We're a bit early this morning.
Yeah, seem to.
There we are. It's been quite speedy, hasn't it? We've been on the wire the past few months, so I suppose giving a bit of time back.
Yeah, it's yeah. But no, anybody? Sarah?
Anything else to add? No, I'm just actually going to pick up a comment that I've just received as well. So just regarding if you want to be involved in the HMRC consultations, we're often given a set number of people that can be brought forward to those consultations. So we obviously go out to ambassadors first, and then obviously out to a wider audience if necessary. So but regardless, if you have any comments or any feedback that you want discussed in those consultations, I'd be really grateful for any comment. So if you can send any of your comments through to Ali collates any of those comments, and then I can take them with me so that at least if you can't be there in person, you know that your concerns are addressed, or at least they're been heard by the right people. So please do. So if you do have any thoughts around MTD, please send them to Ali, and Ali will give them to me to discuss in that space.
Sean's put in the chat that companies' house fees are potentially increasing, and there's a new bill going through, and you can read about that at companieshouse.bill.gov.uk/2023//reviewing-companies-house-fees. Roz has put to contact to join an ambassador group. Does she contact marketing, or is it Ali that she contacts?
Yeah, she can contact marketing. That's fine. It will be picked up, or she can contact me or Ali.
Yeah, and then a couple of people are saying it was Zoom that caused the delay, not me. So thank you for that. I appreciate
there's been some updates to Zoom, haven't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you haven't been on in the last month, then it will need to update as you log in.
Yeah, so it wasn't me. That's nice to know.
Yeah, lots of changes going on at Companies' House as well. So yeah, Sean, thank you for raising that. They've got the economic crime forum going through at the moment. Well, it's going through the House of Lords at the moment, so that'll be passed as a new bill soon. They are discussing how visible they want to make your accounts online. So obviously at the moment you can't see a detailed P&L published, but they are talking about they are discussing that. I think it's a bad idea. I think Companies' House need to know, but I don't think it should be public information. So anyway,
I think publicly they just need to know that you're making a profit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think what's published on Companies' House now is appropriate.
Yeah.
If they want more stats in the background, that's different. But yeah, I don't think, from a competition point of view in the marketplace, I don't think more information should be published than already is.
No.
But yeah, that's a big debate at the moment too. So yeah, lots going on in Companies' House. So probably good to follow what they're doing.
And something that I heard about recently, which I'm amazed has not hit the news, and I'm sure everybody will have heard of Safe Style Windows, but they've gone into liquidation. And it's never been publicised anywhere. I've never, but yeah. I don't know if anybody's interested in that or not. I thought it was quite interesting. Their turnover was 180 million and they went into liquidation.
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of companies struggling out there. The rates of failure are increasing at the moment. So again, so don't forget David Perkins as well. I think he's been on the coffee mornings before. So our insolvency practitioner that we well, he's great. So if you've got any clients but what's brilliant about David is that he'll step in before any of your clients are at the point of liquidation. So he always comes in with a view to support a business to stay in business rather than just promote that. So if any of your clients are struggling, then don't forget he can be quite a useful person to know.
Yeah. His presentation's actually on, if you go online where all the previous coffee mornings are, his presentation that he actually presented is saved online if anyone finds that useful.
Yeah.
So if it's of any use to anyone, Catherine and Still that come on the coffee morning a couple of sessions ago regarding financial crime and how to, with just education around financial crime. Her team won the Tackling Economic Crime Award for Techers. They come first for their training piece regarding this crime education that she presented to us. So just thought I'd let you know.
Oh, well.
Thank you.
Share it on the pages on LinkedIn.
Yeah. A few people did know about Safe Style. Apparently it was on the news. Eva would like to mention the business show, free 2-day event in London, 22nd and 23rd of November. She's not associated with them, but she is attending the event. I hope you're having a very nice time, Eva. Unfortunately, I can't make it.
So that is quite a good general show to go to. So maybe if you are going, you could shout out to each other, meet up.
Yeah, do a meet up. Yeah. Right, is that everything then? So 11th of December, Christmas jumpers, and ready for a quiz.
Get reading.
We're now frantically looking at old magazines, which I keep next to me, and yeah, something to read at the weekend. But I may wait and just read it. I might do what I did when I was at school and just read it on the 9th and 10th of December. So it's all fresh in my mind. So yeah. But if that's everything, I'm gonna go early.
Brilliant. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Right.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.